So here in front of me I've got the Vorsk EU18 that I'm going to unbox and review. Before I get into that though, I want to talk about what I want to do with the channel and how I want it to grow. If you want to skip this part, I'll put time on the screen now. Okay, I know the quality of this camera isn't great, but let's get into this. I've taken 2 years out of Airsoft now, and I really want to share my journey of getting back into the sport. I want to share the tips and tricks that help me get started and better again. I really want to get into the sport in a competitive way, and throughout this I'll show you my different loadouts, share all my purchases, and review them from the perspective of an inexperienced airsofter. Okay, now I've got that out of the way. I'm going to unbox this and show you what comes with it and what I think about it. To start, you get a patch, you get a manual which shows you how to load the mag, if I can get that in the camera. Shows you how to load the mag, how to rack the slide, unload the mag, different things like that, and a exploded view, if that can focus. An exploded view of the gun just helps you with taking it apart. Here we've got, oh god, here we've got the actual gun itself. Gonna get into the bigger thing. As you can see, I had to get it in two-tone. I don't have my UKR right now. That will come later as this channel grows. But you can see it's got a it's got a tip here which you can use. I mean, it goes to a 14mm adapter, if I'm not wrong. So it makes it easier for trace units, suppressors, things like that. Let me just take that out. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. It also comes with a mag. I'm not going to try and get that out. Let's try it. Just going to have to peel that back to get it out. This packaging's a little bit weird. But here's the magazine. To fill it with gas, you have to pull that forwards. Fill with gas there. I mean, this doesn't feel very different to the old pistol I had. I had a what is it? EU18 from Raven. I think it's basically the same gun, if I'm honest. Right. Everything's a little bit tight in here. These are different back plates which you can add to the back of your pistol here, just so when you hold it, it gets a bit better. But I mean, for me, I've got decent sized hands for this. I don't think I'll need it, but to do that, there's a little pin here, and I believe you have to take off the flared magwell as well. But I'll get into that in a second. It comes with spare parts. So I'm not going to open this and show you absolutely everything in here, but it comes with spare O-rings. If I can... there you go. Spare O-rings. I think that's a spare sight in the back as well that aren't like illuminated. Well, not illuminated, but neon. You've also got a spare nozzle in here and a tool to remove the tip here to put on a suppressor or any other thing that you want to put on. Yeah, so that's pretty much the box. I'm not going to use any of that right now, so I can go back in. Same with these, because I don't need them at the moment. If I come back to the gun, it feels pretty solid. I mean, there's quite a bit of let's see if you can hear this. There's quite a bit of wobble like this. It gets even worse when you do this. Like, yeah, it's got a bit of wobble, but overall it actually feels pretty solid, especially when you put the magazine in. Considerably less like sound and wiggle from it. But I mean, it's expected from a type of Glock because of the moving barrel. As you can see, when you pull it back, the barrel moves. I don't know how much I can actually show that. See, it moves up and down, back and forwards, just so it can move the main plate out of the way. Yeah, no, I mean, I've shot this a couple times. It's got the selector here. I mean, honestly, everything feels pretty good. I'm going to go through all the buttons in there, show how they sound. And feel, I mean, the two-stage trigger here, as you can see, it's got a red inner section and like a gold outer. If you try and just pull the gold outer, it won't work. It's a safety. But then you pull the inner, bang. I made sure everything was like out of gas and everything. here we can see the sights. There's a plate here, which makes it really easy if you want to attach a sight to the actual slide. And yeah, so I mean, I absolutely love the accenting on this. As you can see, the flared mag well is gold, the mag release is gold, the slide catch is gold, trigger as well. And yeah, I really wish the selector switch was, if I'm honest, but that's personal preference. Here's the slide. Here's the sound of the selector switch. Yeah, so I mean, it feels quite smooth, but it has a positive click at the end of it. I feel like it's getting smoother the more I do it, though, which is a little worrying since it's pretty much fresh out of the box. Yeah, I mean, the mag, yeah, falls out correctly. I mean, it doesn't, there's no apprehension in it at all. Let's see if I can do this. Just very slightly touch the mag release. Doesn't quite come out. Yeah, you have to push the mag release quite far down, which I quite like actually, because I know in my holster it won't come apart. Yeah, I mean, for a preliminary review before any game days, I feel like that's gonna be it. It's only gonna be a short video kind of explaining what I wanted to do with the channel, a quick overview of this gun before I do a full video of gameplay and my thoughts at the field. If you guys have any suggestions of upgrades, maybe an upgraded slide would be quite nice for this. Maybe a short stroke, because it's quite a long stroke and you don't really need it for this. Yeah, any kind of feedback or suggestions for upgrades would be quite nice. I've seen quite a lot of people say this is similar, well, pretty much the same as the Raven EU18, and kind of like a more budget-friendly version of the WeTech, I believe. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be all from me. A like or a comment would be much appreciated, but you're not obliged. If you want to join me on my journey to getting good at Airsoft again, feel free. And that's everything from me.